first part of getting good at a first-person shooter is the shooting part. That's your aim. From experience, I can say that how good is your aim depends on quite a lot of factors. From the settings and hardware used to how you're holding your mouse, assuming you're not a plebeian with a controller, and how you sit at your fucking computer. So, first step to good aim is consistency. Until you can get consistent results, there's just no point in getting used to the setup. So decide on what you're going to use. The most important object for this part is your mouse. It's your primary input tool. That's the interface with your computer. This is why it's important to get a good one, and the one that matches your needs. For first-person shooters, we're looking at a mouse that has a precise and reliable sensor, tactile buttons and scroll wheel, low response times, and a very predictable behavior that is basically turn on firmware the microcontroller uses. Low weight is preferred, and really important aftermarket support, because you're going to be using that mouse for a long time. If you want to get replacement parts down the line quite easily, you will need those, trust me. Your mouse pad is equally as important as your mouse. Also, please get a good one, at least 400 by 400 millimeters, 40 by 40 centimeters, for those of you who still live in caves. That's 16 by 16 inches. In my case, both my mouse and the pad come from Endgame Gear. No, I am not sponsored, or I wish I was. The mouse is the XM1 RGB, and the pad is the Cordura MPC450. Once you have established this, take your primary game. In my case, it is CSGO. It uses Quake sensitivity, so I can transfer the same values across the Somatic, Quake, Warsaw, and Doom, and the other games that are based on the Quake/Source engine. For other games, you'll need a converter. I will link a website in the description that does this. Some games, especially Unreal Engine games, have sensitivity that is also depends on the FOV. This is why it's especially common with Unreal Engine games to have your sensitivity change when you change your FOV, so stick to the same FOV. Speaking of FOV, my preferred FOV was always being 120, but Splitgate limits it to 103, and some games just look wrong with FOV values higher than 90, for example Space Engineers. While some games, like Quake, are best played at 150 degrees FOV, and that's of personal preference. Pick what suits you the best. I know people who play 180 FOV Quake, and they're pretty good, and you're fine with it. Now, get in the game and find your preferred sensitivity. Play with it until it matches you. I recommend starting at a high value and lowering it down until you feel comfortable. Then you fine tune it and leave it where it is. Don't touch it. Then you use the site I'll link in the description already to find the values for every other game you play. I cannot stress how important it is to keep consistent sensitivity, as this is the only way you will get muscle memory that can carry over your aim to different games. And the last part is practice. There are plenty of aim trainers that will help you. I'm not recommending a specific one because I don't use them. My aim trainer is literally playing Quake. It works for me so far. Then get in the habit of grinding it for at least an hour a day until you feel like the aiming is consistent. I know it is boring, you just want to already start getting headshots, but you have to put some work into it. It's not instant reward. You have to work for it. You can apply that in game, and that's pretty much your aiming part covered. As always, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Write what you think down in the comments that works for you. I would greatly appreciate reading it, and if you have some good advice, I will get it. And as always, I'll see you in the arenas.